Hello everybody, it's jrobichess. We got another Grandmaster Chess Tactics video I'd like to do today, and this position took place in a game between Anatoly Karpov, who was playing white, and Istvan Csom, who was playing black. And the game took place in a location called Bad Lauterberg, Germany. That's a pretty cool name by itself. But in this position, Karpov was behind a substantial amount of material. In fact, he's down 4 points worth of material. He's down a minor piece and a pawn. And Karpov by himself is one of the greatest chess players to ever live. He was the reigning world chess champion for 10 years, and he had 161 first place finishes. So it's just amazing that the amount of things that he accomplished in his chess career. But in this particular game, he was behind a lot of material, but he came up with a very beautiful tactical shot in this position to secure the win. So if you want to, definitely go ahead and pause the video, take as much time as you need, and see if you can come up with the white's best move in this position. Now, before we get into the solution, though, I want to talk a little bit about some of the dynamics in the position that I noticed right off the bat. First of all, of course, we have the queen and we have the rook working together very nicely on the 7th rank. That stands out almost immediately. Now, of course, we have the knight attacking the rook here on d7, but the question is that important? We'll get to that shortly. Another thing that I noticed, of course, is that white has a nice pawn island here through the A through C files, basically preventing these black pawns from coming down. But black, on the other hand, has some past connected pawns on the E and F file, which under normal circumstances would be very worrisome. But let's get into the solution here. So I'm just going to clear off the board. Now, from this position, Karpov came up with a beautiful move in this position, and I hope you got it. Don't feel too bad if you didn't, though, because it's not something that really jumps out right off the bat. But Karpov came up with knight to F5, and the ramifications of this for black is just astounding. There is nothing that black can do in this position that's going to stop the game from being lost. So it was just a very beautiful move that Karpov came up with. But let's take a look at some possibilities here. Let's say that black ignores the knight move to F5 and instead plays knight takes rook here on D7. Well, unfortunately for black, white has a very nice move, queen to H2 check. And when the king moves over to G8, check again, and when the king moves over to F7, it's checkmate and game over in that position. So it's just a beautiful possibility that Karpov saw. In fact, if we go back to knight takes rook on D7, by moving his knight to F5, Karpov accomplished a couple very important things. First of all, he gave his queen access here to the H2 square to check, so that diagonal had been blocked by his own knight there on G3. But also now the knight is playing a much more important role here by covering the G7 square, which is going to be very instrumental in the checkmate line with the queen. So let's flip back though to the initial move, knight to F5, and let's say black tries something a little bit different and plays queen over to C8, basically saying, okay, I have a material advantage, I want to trade off, I want to get down to the end game. Unfortunately for black in this position, white has a beautiful move as well, which is simply rook over to H7, hitting the check on the king. Now the best move for black here in this position is just to take with the knight, but unfortunately from here it's checkmate now with queen to G7. So trying to get the material off the board definitely won't work for black in that position. So let's flip back to knight to F5, and let's say that black tries to do something like simply taking that knight on F5. What is white going to play in this position? Well, once again, this beautiful diagonal opens up access here to H2, and white can hit that check on the king, and when the king goes over to G8, white hits a check again, and the king goes to its only available square on H8, and it's checkmate. So it's just a beautiful move that Karpov came up with in the position to play knight to F5, and it's definitely a testament to his strong chess abilities. So if you came up with the move knight to F5, that's awesome. It definitely wasn't a tactical shot that was easy to see, but if you did come up with it right away, that's great. But if you saw it over time after you thought about it for a little bit, that's awesome as well. So take care, hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time.